and all-powerful, starting with the elderly wolf uncle. Chapter 136. After puffing several anesthesia needles, after shooting out of the muzzle, they quietly pierced the neck of the bodyguard arranged by Jinhee. Everyone fainted at the same time and collapsed to the ground. Head. I'm ready. All the exits of the manor have been blocked by our people. Hawkeye, who led the team, saw that all the bodyguards had been successfully solved, and turned on the communicator. Well, no one knows when Chen Tian will return. Be careful. In the communicator, came Nick Fury's gloomy voice. After all the informant's exploration, xianxia determined that Chen Tian had disappeared for 2 days. So, Nick Fury did not hesitate to order the start of the plan to capture Professor Charles. And Agent Hill unsurprisingly refused to carry out this task. Thus, the burden of leading the team fell on Hawkeye Patton. Received. Hawkeye took a deep breath, glanced at the illuminated villa, and closed Nick Fury's newsletter. Ready to get moving. The squad communication channel opens. In this operation, SHIELD prepared 14 10-person task forces. 2 teams blocked the garage exit. The rest of the team surrounded the villa in all directions. Not often, all the contingent members have already touched the gate of the villa, as well as under the windowsills. Do it. Hawkeye gave an order. Boom, boom. Half of the people remained outside, and the other half of the task force attacked at the same time, breaking through doors and windows. Click. The whole villa, at the same moment, fell into darkness. It turned out to be hidden in the electric box, and the panicked Petra got off the electric gate. This is what Logan arranged for him and Wanda to hide here. The other side, the moment when all the lights fall into darkness. The SHIELD task force did not panic much, because everyone was equipped with night vision devices and could see clearly in the dark. Meanwhile, standing at the corner of the stairs on the second floor, Logan, who had a solemn face, had already clenched his fists, and the metal wolf claws flashing with cold light slowly stretched out. As early as the people of SHIELD approached, he had already noticed it. However, considering that there were many of them, and at the same time, the empty site was set on fire, which was more difficult to face. So they chose to wait for the other party to enter the house and solve them one by one with the advantage of terrain. These damn mongrels. Logan cursed secretly in his heart, but the whole person calmed down. Now that Chen Tian has not returned, the burden of protecting others has come to his shoulders. He can't be impulsive at will, and he must seize the moment before making a move. Trample, trample. Inside the room, the sound of the footsteps of the task force members cautiously exploring began to sound. They are literally the equivalent of a carpet search, not sparing a corner at all. Just as the first 5-person squad was about to go upstairs and walk to the top of the stairs, Uncle Wolf moved. After these few days of recuperation, the speed of the old body that burst out in an instant was not lost to the peak. Swish! The wolf's paw flowed with cold light and flashed. The first person to walk to the staircase was directly cut off half of his head, and he couldn't even react at all. Blood was like a fountain, spraying everywhere and staining the staircase red. 0. Ask for flowers. Hit. The rest of the contingent reacted and there was simply no more opportunity to communicate. Only one person shouted, and the others raised their guns at the same time and shot hard upstairs. Bang bang. Suddenly, several rifle muzzles flashed with fire, illuminating the surrounding meters and tilting the bullets like rain. After Uncle Wolf deftly avoided the opponent's bullet rain, he seized the gap and attacked again. Ah! He roared lowly, like a bloodthirsty wolf, unprecedented in the past, vowing to protect the current peace. Swish! The wolf's claws flashed in the air again, directly cutting the necks of the 3 people in one breath, and the 3 heads jumped up. 3 streams of blood like a fountain sprayed wildly from their bodies. However, Uncle Wolf cut the necks of 3 people in a row, and his strength and speed were inevitably a little insufficient, and when the wolf claws swung towards the last person in the squad, the outbreak was no longer enough. Ugh! The man dodged a bit, only scratched his shoulder, and was killed without a single blow. The 5th man screamed and turned to run. Burst! At this time, Uncle Wolf was able to break out again and stab the wolf claw into the back of the opponent's head. Blood-stained claws bulged out from the other party's open mouth. In less than 3 seconds, Uncle Wolf had already killed 5 people in a row. Pity. Uncle Wolf is still old. Breath one by one, call one by one. After a momentary outburst, he visibly felt a little tired and gasped. Burst! An arrow with a cold light burst through the air in an instant. It was Hawkeye, who was standing outside the villa, who made a move. Uncle Wolf reacted, trying to dodge, or was shot in the shoulder, and the drug on the arrow that suppressed the supernatural energy instantly permeated his body, amplifying his exhaustion. Damn. Quote. Uncle Wolf felt his strength, weakening visibly with the naked eye. Catch him, this damn mutant mongrel. The other task force members immediately rushed towards him like a wave. The person at the head, a gun butt directly smashed Uncle Wolf, and several people cursed and raised their feet, constantly stepping on him. Damn freaks. People who dare to kill us. Cursing angrily, Uncle Wolf wants to fight back. However, these are specially trained task forces, strong and physically strong, and the suppressed wolf uncle is not a match for so many people at all. You can only protect your head with your hands and carry the attack alive. Ah, right at this moment, a small figure in the corner, waving his steel claws roared towards the crowd. 0 cold light flashed, it actually ran through the chests of 2 people in a row. Laura, come on. In the gap between being beaten, Logan saw the small figure rushing out, and he was immediately worried. But Laura couldn't bear to watch Uncle Wolf being beaten. With a roar, he continued to pounce on the others. Chapter 1